This is the 220th episode of CloudFocus Weekly for the 4th week of July 2015. This episode is titled Opportunity Beats. CloudFocus Weekly is brought to you by Clone This User. Clone an existing Salesforce user with a click of a button by the desktop or in a Salesforce One mobile. Available for free on the App Exchange, or go to www.clonethisuser.com. I'm your host, Jason Atwood, and join me, co-host and promiser of a new patch to Clone This User coming soon, Safe Harbor, Justin Edelstein, as he reverses his hat.
I have to reverse the hat so I can get closer to the mic. By the time people listen to this, there should be a new version of Clone This User out there.
It's going to go up in the next 35 minutes.
It should be happening.
Really? They're pushing it now?
Right. It should be happening as we speak.
Nice. What's in the new version?
A couple of things. So it's a patch to fix a couple of little issues. So
Issues? Are those above or below bugs? Like, where's a bug in an issue?
I'm going to call it things we didn't consider in version 1.0 of said application.
That we wrote 9 months ago.
Yeah, so we didn't really think about the fact that we don't clone custom fields. So sometimes a custom field is required based on like a validation rule or something. Right. So you can't actually Clone This User doesn't tell you why there's an error. We still aren't doing anything necessarily about it because we don't know what to put in the custom field. That'll be in the next release, 2.0. But we're going to show you a nice message that says, here's the reason why we can't clone this user. Your validation rule is preventing this from happening.
Okay.
We also needed to build some stuff into the actual clone method where we weren't checking to see if there were already existing. A lot of the times now packages are installing with these triggers on users that automatically add permission sets. And when you go to clone a user, we can't really control the order of operation. So the package's trigger may run, insert the permission set
before we do.
And then when we try, it says you can't do that because you're trying to insert a permission set that already exists, and that would fail. So we've handled that now in our code. We weren't actually expecting that. Probably should have, but we weren't. So now we are. But we're also giving you some nice things where we're adding an advanced options feature so you can check and uncheck to include the related items. So
we did that?
Yeah, queues, public group. This is coming. Queues, public groups, permission sets, permission set license assignments. So those 4 things, if you don't want to give the user those things, you don't have to. You can uncheck that box. It will be by default checked. And we've also created on the mobile experience, after you clone a user, the experience will stay the same. It'll thank you and say you've just created this user from this user or whatever. On the desktop experience, it will give you a full list of all the things that you just did and some helpful links that will say, oh, you might want to now go to the installed packages and add a license to an installed package that requires a license, like a Congo Composer or a GeoPoint or something along those lines. So we're giving links directly to that area of the setup so that you can finish the creation of your cloned user process.
Nice.
So a nice little patch. I mean, it fixes some issues. We've also thrown some nice features in there. 2.0 will get a little better. We've got some good plans for 2.0, which I'm not going to lay out here because they're full of safe harbor statements.
All right. Well, thanks. Thank you for coming to Clone This Weekly.
Yep. Clone This User Weekly. We're done. Thanks. It's my pick of the week. 1.1.
Well, you don't even have a pick of the week yet. So
it's my 1.1.
Yeah, you'll figure that out in the next 10 minutes.
I got it.
All right, we got some agendas here. We're going back to some old blogs. We have some Apple Music, the Aftermath, and where I basically I have a box of crow over here. I'm going to just bring it out. I'm going to put it here.
Box of crow.
And then I have a little quick life hack that I threw in here. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do next time. We'll make our picks, and then we'll be out. So let's first start off with the newest blog post on blog.arkusinc.com by Arkus blogger Roger Mitchell. I can't mess up his name.
No, that's an easy one.
He is...
I guess you could spell it wrong, like with a D.
You could. Roger Mitchell, who leads our more technical blog writing, although this time it's not too technical because sometimes he gets into the developer stuff and But this time the blog post is opportunity contact roles with Process Builder and Flow. So it's a very well documented and great screenshots. He's big into screenshots.
Loves it.
Yeah. And he likes those animated ones that take forever to download.
I think we've gotten away from that.
Okay. But this is showing how you can do things on the platform with Process Builder and Flow, which are relatively new comparatively to the world of Salesforce, and to those of us who have been admins for a long, long time, probably don't have time to go play with Process Builder and Flow. It's becoming, more and more useful. There's more and more use cases for it, and so he's kind of laying out a use case for it.
Yep.
And telling you how you would use it with lots of great, again, screenshots of, sort of you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this.
Yep. So this use case is pretty. I don't know. I don't know if I would ever necessarily use this as a real use case.
No, me neither. I wasn't going to tell him that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's an example where you might have 3 or 4 lookups on an opportunity to a contact. So you might have a decision maker lookup,
right,
and then an evaluator lookup, and a contract signer lookup, or whatever other roles you might think of, evaluator, or what have you. And what he's laid out here is how to take the data from that lookup and insert them as opportunity contact roles.
Right.
So that
you can have to be done in a trigger.
So you can see them all in one handy list, and then you could probably eliminate the opportunity related lists that would end up on a contact page layout. If you had all these 3 lookups, you'd have 4 opportunity related lists, when really you just want the one where they have a role.
Of course, we would probably say start with why are they not just roles and why are they lookups.
Yeah, that's why the use case is okay, but still.
There are times when you have to put a lookup in terms of data passing between the two. Like if I want to pull something up to the contact level or down from the contact, I can't do that through the opportunity. I can't do that through contact roles. So there are some examples.
Probably could have thought of that use case and then thought through the process builder and flow to build that part. Like bring over the primary's email address and put it on the opportunity for some reason.
It's a very good thing. We actually built a flow the other day on the plane.
I did a process.
Process.
I
didn't do the full flow.
I didn't
we
go
did just
into
the process.
I didn't call the flow from the process, which is what this is doing. It's the action within the process builder is to go ahead and call a flow. But pass through like 2 variables to it.
Nice, just really nice laid out. Again, you can. It's a read, but it's also a view. So if you didn't know, how to get started, this is a great example of it. Again, Roger, big into the screenshots.
Yep.
One of our oldest bloggers here, not by age, but by content blogging. That's not the
sure. And we should shout out that this was inspired by Judy Sohn, who had written a blog post very similar to this.
Is this a shout out, or is this like what we just
shout out?
idea?
Like, no. She wrote it, and then Roger improved on it. I think a little bit where there was like an edge case that she wasn't catching, so he went in and adjusted.
So go to blog.arkusinc.com and read on that. And remember, everybody's picture's up there now, so you can get all familiarized with those bloggers.
Right.
And if you click on their name, you'll actually get a list of all their blogs that they've posted, so you can see that. Of course, if you do it for me, you'll see everything because I post the podcast, so you'll see a lot of stuff. But
don't
whatever.
do it for you.
Don't do it for me.
Just don't even do it.
The CMS doesn't have a very good idea. I guess I could use different users. I guess that'd be the way. I could use different users to post different content.
Webmaster.
Webmaster. There is a webmaster user on our CMS. Because we had to have someone go do like editing of a lot of stuff. And then, so we didn't want that person. Webmaster. Still a master.
I think it's in the security when you set up a new user, like webmaster, I think is one of the like profiles that you can hand to somebody, isn't it?
I'm convinced that the reason they did webmaster is because they wanted to make geeks, which I was a webmaster for a long period of time, feel good. Like it's not like
I'm master of the web,
Geek Tool or Doofus in Dark Room. It's webmaster.
But like administrator just wasn't cutting it.
Oh, administrator is no fun. Super user.
Web admin.
Think about it.
I guess
super user.
Super user is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm a super user webmaster. Level 10.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Go straight to the geek line.
Speaking of going straight.
to the geek line?
No, I didn't know how to do this. So we remember way back right before Apple Music launched, and we were discussing it, and you were going to give me all your theories on it. And I said, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to come back after we've been using it for a while. I think we came back and did a podcast about a week later, but now it's been at least, well, it's
probably
the 30th.
A month.
No, it's
Close
been
to
about
a
3
month.
weeks. I've had now multiple people use it and tell me their experiences. I've used it. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
You've used it.
Yes.
So I think it's one of those things, when anything's new, everybody kind of uses it, and then it's but then, I thought we'd kind of come back and say, as you're a big Pandora user,
Yes.
I was a Pandora user. I've been on
Songza.
I've done a little bit of Spotify. I've used iTunes, regular old iTunes. I've used Amazon Music, which I still like. So what are your thoughts? Like, how's it been? What's your experience? Are you like, is it waning? Is it growing? I guess that's my biggest question. It's growing,
yeah.
not waning.
You know what's the weird thing now is on commutes, I would never listen to music.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, Pandora, and I don't want to deal with, like, I actually didn't want to deal with, like, my music. It's like, I don't want to listen to any of my music or whatever. And Pandora, I would just lose.
Right. Because you're in the subway.
So that's where it's really been pretty killer now. I think I usually just listen to podcasts. I'm like, oh, you know what? I might want to listen to this album or this playlist. And really quickly, I mean, when you're on Wi-Fi, to add it offline, it downloads pretty quick.
Right.
So I've really enjoyed that aspect of it. I have enjoyed sitting at my computer, starting up iTunes where it actually starts up and like works, which is nice.
I would say one of the best things about this whole music thing is they made iTunes light.
Work. Yeah,
it's just light.
Thank you.
It's back to being like 5 years ago light.
But I've had some quirks too.
Okay.
So
can I ask you questions?
Yeah.
So do you of the following things, do you use them? Do you listen to Beats One?
I have, and I was this morning.
Okay, so
like I was sitting I got here in the office at about 7:00, and I was listening to Beats One for an hour.
Okay,
and I found some things in Beats One that I did not know existed. That I was so surprised.
Like songs or people.
No, not
music?
Songs, people, not music, none of that. I didn't realize I could stop Beats One.
Yeah, you can,
and then hit play, and it starts from where it left off. Didn't realize that. Yep. Secondly, didn't realize it has a list of all the songs I just listened to.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my goodness, this is better radio. It has all the songs I just listened to, and then I can go add them to my music, or I could buy them if I was so inclined, and I'm not sure why I would do that. If I were to subscribe to the service, then I would have them in my music. So I was really impressed by the way that they thought through not just the programming of Beats One, which I don't really have the cadence for yet, which I think you do. And I'm not a huge like radio person, but for the random factor, which is why I like Pandora, so you just get like random stuff thrown at you sometimes. That's where I go. Beats One. I'm like, all right, I just want random things. Right. And if I give it like 2 or 3 songs, and if the person who's spinning the music is not doing what I want, not playing what I want to listen to, I'm like, all right, let me just search for something else. And that's the thing that I kind of is not the greatest. I wish it would serve up better content to me. It probably will get better over time.
Have you been using the curated lists?
Yeah, and I've been hearting things and adding things to my music and hearting like specific songs, and it keeps your searches, and I've been searching for a lot of things. So and I built the for me, like I added a bunch of stuff to it, like a whole lot of like genres and artists, and said I really like these, I like these, I don't like these.
All right,
these
so
out of here.
I want to feature wise. So Beats One, you go in as a radio show, you listen to a radio.
Yeah.
Same thing. I was painting my daughter's room recently because we're upgrading it, and I would listen to it for hours. Now, granted, sometimes it was a bad DJ. I'll tell you, Will Smith's kid, Jaden Smith, he's terrible.
Haven't heard of him.
He's terrible. But other people are great. Like this person,
the guy from New York from Hot 97 is really enjoyable.
Right.
Don't know his name, but I know he used to DJ. At Hot
I was
97.
listening to Elton John was doing one. He was doing.
They've been getting people in there.
Yeah, and he was throwing in weird mixes. Like he would throw in like some 80s hip hop, and then he'd throw in like Patsy Cline.
So that's one thing that I have found that I've really enjoyed is that I've started to go back and listen to things that I wouldn't have normally listened to.
Have you gone and taken a piece of music, like one
A
song and said,
as they're called?
Yes, I want this, and just kind of put it into my music, kind of saying so then you can go back to it and let's do it again and again.
I've added numerous.
Have you done albums?
Albums, playlists, a lot of playlists. I just add the whole playlist.
Right.
Wilco released an album for free. I mean, it's free, so I could download it from somewhere, from iTunes, but it's also in Apple Music. So I've been listening to that album because I really like Wilco. So I've been listening to that album a couple times.
Have you been using any?
I've been getting ready for Dreamforce. I've been listening to a lot of Foo Fighters stuff.
Nice. Have you used any of the engagement?
No. Zero, zilch. Haven't even looked at it.
It's funny. I looked at it when it first came out, and I saw like 17 posts from Pitbull. I was like, how is it? It's like, I'm not coming back here. I don't care. It's not like, it's just, it's interesting because I know some people really find that cool. But to me, there's so many places, like 10 years ago, if you told me there's a place where I can go see what musicians are doing and cuts and music things and little videos and of their lives, I'd be like, that's so cool. Now I think that's everywhere. That's
just
Twitter, that's Facebook,
so
that's Instagram, that's Vimeo, that's or Vine. I mean, it's like every place has that.
Maybe I just need to go look at it.
Well, you haven't even looked at it?
No.
Oh, you should look at it.
I should look at it. I've also found that the mobile experience and the desktop experience are not the same.
They're not in sync.
They're not in sync. So if I say I heart this here, I haven't hearted it somewhere else. Or if I like add it to my music, for some reason it just isn't in sync.
Should show up in my music.
It's just not in sync for me, which is a little weird. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. I don't know. I'll figure it out because I haven't gotten the wife to really like dig in yet. I will have to ask her sooner than later if she really enjoys it because it's either going to be a family plan or not.
Right.
So I think I'm buying it.
That was my next question.
I think I'm buying it. Right now, if you were to say your free trial ends tomorrow,
yeah,
would I really want it or care? I think I would say to you right now, I'm going to wait 2 weeks without it and see if I miss it.
Right.
And if I miss it, it's not like I have this like promotional price. Like I'm using it for free for 3 months.
Right.
It's going to be what it's going to be, $10 or 15, depending on, whether my wife wants it or not. And I think I would wait as of right now, 2 weeks and be like, all right, is my life changed? Am I happy about this decision that I no longer have all this music that I've added to my music and I can listen to offline, and in the subway I can like be listening to, I was listening to like an old school hip hop curated list from the Rolling Stone or something like that, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I looked for like MC Shan and it brought back a bunch of like Queen's like Marley Marl records, and I was like, oh man, I want to listen to this. And I had like Rolling Stone singles from the 60s, and I was like, yes, perfect. And then I was getting ready for my Foo Fighters concert that I went to last week, and then with them playing at Dreamforce in a month and a half or 2 months, it's like, oh, I'm gonna keep listening to this because why not?
Yeah.
So I've been like very pleased with it so far, more pleased than I thought I was gonna be.
Yeah, same thing. I'm not more pleased because I generally think Apple does a good job, although obviously they've done this before and done it poorly. Like they had Ping, which had some of these features in it.
A waste.
It's terrible.
But Ping was more me to you and you to I. Like it was a one to one or one to many. But
it was also with celebrities. The whole thing was celebrities being there pinging.
Yeah, but I didn't get that from Ping. I thought it was more like, you listen to a song and then a bunch of people just comment on it. Like that's what I got from Ping.
And
again, I haven't looked at it, but it felt like when they were demoing it and selling it and marketing it in the keynote speech, this is a more immersive experience with an artist that you really love, and they're going to let you in behind the scenes where you have not yet been able to be before.
But I don't believe that. I mean, that to me, that happened. That's the social media revolution, whatever. I've been really enjoying curated lists. I go into these lists and I see, and they're like, an Apple curated list. I've been really enjoying them for
I'm just going to
workout.
open up iTunes just because I want to. Where do you find those?
I think they're all over the place. If you go into My Music and start scrolling down, it'll start to list out things that you've either listened to, and then it'll suggest a list. It'll say, like, again, I listen to a lot of pop crap, and so it'll say, here's a list of pop crap that's popular, or here's a fun pop crap from the 80s, and I'll go, ooh, I like that, and I'll just listen to it. I will say, my wife has adopted and really likes it, so I think I'm kind of in. I'd actually just like to get my daughter to listen to it, although I don't know how that works, because I'd like to put some parental controls around it.
Yeah, see, My Music, it doesn't, all the music that I've said, like, add to My Music is not in the My Music tab in iTunes,
but it's not starring, it's not favoriting, and that's
the little plus.
The plus
I've added
is what adds it. Yeah.
I've done that,
but maybe it's device only. I don't know.
I've done it elsewhere. I don't know. That's the trouble with this, is like navigating it seems really odd.
I think there's a lot there, and I do not think they've done the best job of like the plus versus a heart versus whatever. It's like, well, I don't understand. There's a lot of things going on here. That's just one flaw. Is it looks designed by a bunch of different people. Like, they wanted to keep some of it looking like iTunes.
Like the For You looks great, and then you hop to My Music and it's just a list.
Right. It's that part of it I think could do better.
Very weird.
But overall, and I think they were very smart to do the beat, because to me the beats, the radio show is kind of it's the thing that goes over the top. It kind of pushes, like, okay, there's a million places I can get music, download music, heart music, listen to music, but like kind of giving me original content on an original radio show that I start to like. If I start to like some of the DJs, then all of a sudden you've kind of got me wanting, because the content I can't get anywhere else is the reason I'll pay for something. I pay for Hulu Plus because there's content there I can't get anywhere else. Netflix can't get anywhere else. HBO can't get anywhere else. Right? It's just I can't get it. So then you put that walled garden around the content, and then I'm like, ooh, I want some of that. Anyway, all right. So we'll see. I mean, we got 2 months left. I think by the end of 2 months, you'll either be worn out and don't want to do it at all, which I doubt, or you'll be completely hooked. I'm pretty hooked, but I'm also trying to use it. Like, I pull up my iPad and I'm like, okay, let me go into music and listen to music.
I'm looking at the Connect thing now, and it just seems silly.
Yes.
Like, it's just a message thread.
Yes.
Am I missing something here?
No, you're not.
That's all it is?
It's supposed to be if you're following artists, and they were artists that you're enjoying and you could see their content.
There's all this U2 stuff just showing up.
Well, it's probably because you liked or listened to U2.
I don't think I have. I mean, I do like U2, but I don't think I did. It's like half the stuff in here is U2. It's kind of like weird. Right. Whatever.
So I have one little thing here. This is actually part of a special episode I'd like to do.
Oh, yeah?
But I wanted to throw it out there. So I sent this out on Twitter, and I was looking for things to talk about today. And I thought maybe in the future we would do a life hacks episode. We would talk and come up with a list of things that we do that are kind of like life hacks. I'll even give you one that you're currently doing that a friend gave us. Mm-hmm. A day. I'll let you can use that one.
I'll use that one.
Yeah, and I need 4 more.
Now I need 4 more. Give me 4 more.
No. So this one is an interesting. I read this on Lifehacker, and again, they have lots of these things, but this one it really rings true with me. And the article is called "Only Respond to Commitments with Either No or Hell Yes." And this really resonates with me because I think about when I commit to things. And the article is basically talking about, listen, if you're going to, it's not no or yes, it's no or hell yes. I'm going to do this, right? And I'm going to do it enthusiastically, and I'm going to do it with all my passion, or I'm not going to do it. And I like that. It's kind of like thinking about that. Anyway, it's. I think we'll leave. This is my way of kind of talking us into a life hacks thing, because I have a bunch, and you'll have to think of 4. We'll do like maybe in August or something. So you have some time. So you're going to capture it. You're going to put it down. You're going to start thinking about life hacks that you do in your life. I'm sure there's more than 4 more. But anyway, it's a great article. It's called "Only Respond to Commitments with Either No or Hell Yes" on Lifehacker by Eric Ravenscraft. I almost said Ravensclaw. All right. So let's get to our picks. I will say I put this in. We had another special request episode requested of us, and to do it on email and email management.
Yeah, I saw that.
So do you want to do that next time?
Next time, like right away with the special episode?
I don't know. This is really slow time. There's like not a lot of cloud news going on. I was struggling today to figure out stuff.
Yeah, we can do that.
Just more special episodes. I think people like them. Whatever.
Special
and that one,
episodes.
And that one I have written. I mean, I can do that one right now.
Okay.
All right. So let's make our CloudFocus app picks of the week. You found one. Very good. Ooh,
Yeah,
app
yeah.
exchange.
Mm-hmm. This was given to me by somebody.
Okay.
Oh, you want to?
Yes, that's what we do. When I say what's your pick of the week, then you say
getting all these things like popping up.
Yeah,
because
you're doing too many things.
Well,
while
no,
doing a
it's
podcast.
like things are just popping up in my face, and I wish they would just get out of my face already. All right. So thanks, Paul. Rocket Agent, a nifty app for records delegation. So this is from VRP Consulting. And from what I understand, again, another pick I haven't used, is that you can configure this app to take records that would be assigned to you and reassign them to someone else if you are on vacation. So say you are the recipient of cases or leads from the web or an email,
right?
You can configure this record in Salesforce to say anything that comes in, reassign them to this person while I'm out during this period.
Nice.
And it'll also automatically assign active cases, tasks, opportunities, and notify people like when it happens. So if you have an open task or something assigned to you during that period of time, it can be like automatically reassigned to somebody.
That
based
could be
on
scary.
A time yeah, okay. I don't like that idea, but
the
cases,
leads,
whatever.
Is a good one.
So yeah, you can set this up. It's totally free. It has one review, which I don't know, maybe someone from that company. No, it's someone else. So I would look it up on the App Exchange. It's called Rocket Agent. We'll also throw it in as a link, as we always do with the
220 times. You're gonna tell
on the 220th episode.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, he sent this over, and I remember thinking,
he sends these to both, and I take them. And
right,
because
I don't need them.
I'm gonna
pick something weird. But
yeah, you're just so weird. This is so not a cloud pick.
It is. I'll show you. I'll tell you why. You're gonna eat your words.
So isn't.
Yeah. Whatever, Mister. I'll never use Apple Music. I never pay for it. Oh man, it's so quick when I can get you to reverse.
I just
so
dropped
quickly.
the mic. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. Maybe you should snarf some more.
It's
salad through your nose.
12:47, and it's almost 12:50, which means my watch is going to tell me to stand up in 2 minutes.
Yes, it will. So as I mentioned, I've been doing some housework, some reconfiguration of our child's room, and we decided to try to redo her closet. And I was looking around and been finding places. Now, the reason this is a cloud pick is because this place is called Easy Closets. And I just want to give my experience and say it was pretty easy. First of all, you go on and you can set up online. You can design your closet. You can pick everything, design. It's very nice. It's a nice design. It's Java. It's a little weird because it's always like, oh, Java. But it works really well. You can drag things in and out. You build this whole thing online. Colors, things, features. You give it the dimensions, and it can either build it for you. Then you can have them check it for you. Then they'll call you up, kind of confirm everything. Then they ship it to you in 3 days. Comes with all the instructions. It took us a while. We ran into a couple snags. I actually had a part that was wrong, and they shipped us another part 2 days later. But it went together pretty easily. And I had built a custom closet inside my daughter's, room with all this neat stuff and like hidden drawers and all this stuff. And it was awesome. And it was a fraction of the cost of if I'd hired a closet company to come in. There are some very expensive closets.
Closets.
And California closets and custom closets. And there's a lot of them out there. And if you've ever done a custom closet, it's now this was a reach-in closet, not a, 20 by 20,
Oh, so you're not talking like my closet.
Yours is a reach-in too.
What? How do you know?
Because I know your closet.
How do you know my closet?
And I know it's been redone. Anyway, easyclosets.com. They have great customer service. I called them on a Saturday. I was having problems with something. I called them up. They called me. They took my name. It's like an answering service. But they took my name, had a specialist call me back, walk me through the issue. I'd kind of already made the decision anyway. But Definitely a measure 3 times, tell them once. But it was really good. It was a really good experience. And the cloud part of it is that you do it all online. You design it all online. So it's just as cloudy as whatever. But then you get closet stuff shipped to you. It does come in a lot of parts, but personalized instructions. Here's how you do it. Once you get through some of the instruction, like vernacular, you learn the vernacular of what they're trying to get you to do, then it just kind of rolls. Anyway, easy closets. Go build a closet. They also do entertainment systems and stuff. But I'll tell you, it was good enough that when we do our bedroom, I'm going to do it with this because it was that good. And the wife agrees.
Cool.
All right.
Can't wait to see it.
Next week, we'll be doing some email.
Oh, we're going to do that right away, huh?
Special.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Unless we have something else next week that's really pressing.
Unless something really comes up, like Salesforce purchased by Arkus or something like
something
that.
Cool. Follow Justin at Just Edelstein. Follow me at Jason Matwood. Follow Arkus at Arkus Inc. Facebook.com/Arkus Inc. Success Community Group. LinkedIn. Google+. Remember to subscribe and review us in iTunes and Stitcher or both. And for Justin and myself, Jason, as always, saying enjoy those cloudy days.